Welcome to Building Fortunes Radio. Make sure you check us out at buildingfortunesradio.com. Along with our marketing partners, we're here to help our PM Marketing Network Lead customers build their businesses and make the world a better place. At Building Fortunes, we know how much your business means to you and the people important to you. So spread the word, tell a friend, join our newsletter, and go make a difference in your world. Now on to our show with your host, Peter Mingles.
Hello, everyone. Peter Mingles here. You're listening to us live on Building Fortunes Radio. That's www.buildingfortunesradio.com. It's Wednesday evening. It's 11 p.m. Eastern time for those people that are keeping score. And we do a radio show with Ray Gebauer every Wednesday at 11 p.m. Eastern. That's 8 p.m. on the Pacific side. That's where he is right now. And we've been doing this for several months. And one of the reasons why we do this radio show is because when you're looking for a home-based business to work, or you're looking for someone maybe to get some advice from and some good coaching and just some great mentorship, you want to work with somebody that's just a good guy. And Ray Gebauer is certainly one of those people. He's a hard worker. He's really smart when it comes to health and nutrition. He's written several books. And probably one of the most important things, he's working now. So sometimes when you talk to people, they were working before. So they tell you their wonderful stories about the stuff that they've accomplished before, but they're not doing anything now. Well, Ray Gebauer is doing stuff before and then also now. He's in the trenches. He's working. So if you're looking to build a home-based business and you're a leader, or you want to hook up with Ray Gebauer, you can listen to the previous radio shows that we've done on buildingfortunesradio.com/Ray Gebauer. Now, this is an appropriate spot for some people to learn how to spell Gebauer. So it's Gebauer. So it's Ray as in R-A-Y, and then Gebauer, Gebauer. And if you go searching on Building Fortunes Radio, you'll be able to hear this as well as the previous radio shows that we've done before. So, Ray, thanks for being here.
Hey, Peter, thanks for having me on. It's always a pleasure and honor to be on here and see what I can share that can make a difference.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm really convinced that universally for all of us, what we all want the most, along with feeling, happy and secure and safe and significant, is we also really want to make a difference. We want to make the world a better place, including our own world. And so I'm going to share with you a formula tonight. I call it my A.A.A formula that I think can really accelerate your progress, give you some distinctions in how to better live life at the fullest to get the best results. Not just in your business where you're helping people and making money, but better results everywhere in your marriage or your family, with your kids, with yourself, with God. I think this is a universal formula that if you apply it, that it can really enrich your life, make you more effective, more powerful, more influential. And I think you already know, if you're listening to this kind of program, that as far as the business goes, we are in the business of influencing people. Or I can say we're in the business of helping people. But, guess what? How much can you help somebody if they're not open? So sometimes we got to not just find open people, sometimes we can help open them up, and so we can have influence, so we can help them to some degree redirect their life and maybe discover something that they didn't know that could make their life better. I think everybody wants A.B.L. That stands for a better life. And so we are A.B.L. agents, so to speak. We are agents. We are like on a mission, at least I am, and probably most of you, I hope you are, to make life better, help people have a better life, not just financially, but in every way, including their, well, especially for me, including their health. I'm a professor at the Kingdom Life University. I've done a course on health, and I've written 10 books on health, and I really feel strongly about helping people with their health, especially since I've been really stung myself emotionally by losing important people in my life before their time, including, my father and my former wife, who's also taken out of life prematurely by some stupid deadly disease that could have been avoided. My sister died prematurely. I have a number of friends who've died prematurely. And a lot of people, probably 80% of everyone I know, already has diabetes, because 80% of the whole country already has diabetes. And 70% of people already have heart disease. And in reality, 100% of us, including me and you, we all have cancer too. And for half the people, it will get out of control. So the doctors say, oh, now you got cancer. Sorry. Well, we all have cancer growing, but it's really not a problem as long as it doesn't get out of control. But for most people, it gets out of control. So that's just one arena that I'm particularly passionate about, because how I've been hurt by seeing people die before their time. There's a verse in the Bible that says, don't be a fool. Why should you die before your time? But 90% of people are, largely because they take things too casually. Either they don't know, or if they do know better, they don't realize the consequences. So when you're too casual, you become a casualty. So how can we make a difference in that arena or in any other arena, financially, in relationships? So with that as my introduction, I'm going to introduce you to my A.A.A formula that I came up with several years ago. And I think about this often. I share it with people because I think it's universally applicable in every situation. So here's what the 3 A's stand for. You could call this a A.A.A opportunity to enrich your life, to have a better life. So the first A is the most basic place to start, whether it's in your prospecting or with your spouse or with your children or with God or even with your health, with your driving habits. The first A that's critical, fundamental, essential is real simply attention. Attention. You've got to pay attention. If you don't pay attention when you're driving, what is likely to eventually happen? Not a good day, right? You could crash your car, you could get disabled, you get killed, you might kill someone accidentally. If you're too casual, you become a casualty. So the same thing in business. If you don't give your business enough attention, what do you think is going to happen? If you go to all the work to plant a garden and then you don't give it enough attention, what happens? If you don't give your children enough attention, what happens? If you don't give your wife or your husband enough attention, what's going to happen? If you don't, I'm going to throw this in here too. What if you don't give God enough attention? What's the price you might pay for that? So fundamentally, the first place to start in every arena of life is giving proper attention. Now, everyone is already paying attention to something, but the problem is that many times we're paying attention to the wrong thing. Like if you're paying attention to your texting while you're driving, that's not a good idea because you're paying attention to the wrong thing at the wrong time. And that could lead to a really bad consequence, right? So people are paying attention, so let's say in the health arena, and they're already paying attention, but what are they paying attention to mostly? They're paying attention to how good something tastes. And they let the taste buds really make the decision for them, and they rationalize or they just pretend it's not going to hurt them, or they're in denial, and the attention goes to the highest bidder, which is pleasure. So I call it the dark side of pleasure, and being seduced by the dark side of pleasure, the pleasure that actually hurts you. by eating too much and too often and the wrong things. You got to pay attention, or otherwise you pay the price. If you don't pay attention to how long it's been since you changed your oil, and you go 5, 10, 20,000 miles without paying attention to getting your oil changed, what's that going to cost you? And so there's a consequence to not paying proper attention. So as far as your business, the first step is you've got to pay attention to your business in general and pay attention to people that you are connecting with. Paying attention, like listening before you talk. Listening and asking questions and listening to find out where the pain is. Find out where the problem is. Because we're not here just to, jump down someone's throat and tell them our great idea of how they can make money or get their health back. I mean, that all might be, it's all good stuff, but it's premature. First of all, you have to listen and address what their particular problem is, where their pain is. It might be obvious that they need to lose 100 pounds, but maybe in their mind that's not where they're willing to put their attention. Maybe it's because they're in a lot of pain, or they have high blood pressure. So you got to find out where the sensitivity is, where the pain is, and pay attention to that. Listen, ask, so you can, rather than offer a generalized cookie cutter solution, you are customizing your language and your speech and your ideas to where they are at, to their problems, their needs. But so you got to pay attention. Don't just give everybody the same presentation. You got to listen, pay attention, tell stories if you want to have more influence. Now, once you get them in, it's like having a baby. That takes a certain amount of attention in different ways. But once you have the baby, is it now over? Now you can move on? No, now it gets even more intense. Now you have to keep giving the baby attention, right? So when you get somebody into your business, you did it by giving them enough proper, intelligent attention. And now, do they still need attention, or now are they on their own? No, they're still a baby. So you may want to call it babysitting or whatever, but at the beginning, everybody needs extra attention. And even when they grow up, like say your wife or your husband, do you think they still need attention? Well, hey, they're 40, 50 years old. Yeah, and they still need attention. I've read numerous places that everybody needs 12 hugs a day just to maintain. How many hugs did you get today? So if you're getting less than 12, supposedly, maybe you only need 9 or 10. I don't know. But the more hugs, the better. Why? Because you're getting attention, positive attention. In fact, children will do whatever it takes to get attention, even if they have to settle for negative attention. They know they're going to get in trouble. They know they're going to lose privileges or get spanked or something. But getting some attention, even if it's negative or painful, is usually better than no attention. Because if you get no attention, that's like saying, well, you don't matter. I don't care about you. But if you get in trouble, well, at least you're getting some attention. So just like oxygen, we all need oxygen. We never get beyond needing oxygen. We all need attention. And in my model of what love is, the 4 C's of mature love, which is caring, connecting, committing, creating value. Attention is really the beginning place of love. You can't love somebody if you don't give them attention. That's the beginning point of love. If you want to score in a baseball game, you got to go around all 4 bases, which for me is the 4 elements of love: caring, connecting, committing, creating value. So first base is the caring, and part of how you care is you give attention, ideally positive attention. Okay, I could probably go another hour going a little deeper on that, but let's move on to number A, because remember I said that this is a triple A formula. So what do you think the second A is? If the first A is attention, which correlates to how love starts. Love is giving someone positive attention, caring, and connecting. The second A in my formula is even more important, I think. And it sort of encompasses attention, but I think it's useful to have that distinction. The second A for me, which some psychologists have said, and I think they're right, like the deepest need, the deepest desire for every human being. What do you think that is? Starts with A. I say it's appreciation. People want to feel appreciated. You do. I do. God does. Your pet dog does. So does your cat. Maybe not your cat as much as your dog, but even animals, they want our attention. They want to be appreciated, and especially our children, especially our spouse, especially your distributors and your associates. They all want to feel appreciated. Now, what does appreciation mean? I know you have a general idea, but one way of looking at it is the analogy of say, real estate, of a house. We all know what it means if the house appreciates in value. That means it grows in value. It could depreciate, so like your car depreciates, right? It goes down in value. But if something appreciates, like you buy gold or silver, well, they're pretty flat now. Say you buy Bitcoin, that's appreciating. And, some people are saying it's going to go to $1 million a coin. That's a lot of appreciation. But more importantly, we're talking about appreciation between men and women and other humans. And you've got to give people attention. They have to feel appreciated. So how do they feel appreciated? Well, there's a couple elements to this, in my opinion. Number one, it starts as an inside job. You've got to feel appreciation. In other words, you have to see the value in the person that they already have. You need to see, or at least imagine, the potential value that they have, and maybe a possibility how you can play a part in helping their value go up. Like if you buy a house that's run down, you know what to do to get the value to go up. You got to fix it up. You got to do certain things. Get rid of some bad stuff and add some new stuff and new carpeting, new paint, or new landscaping or whatever. Same thing with people. Inherently, we already have a set value just as a human being made in God's image. We're all equally valuable as a person. But our value to other people, that could be, zero, or it could be off the chart. So who in history can you think of, really helped create a lot of value and helped appreciate or increase the value in the world? There's so many people you can think of. Mother Teresa, I was just talking about her today. She's really famous for giving, the downtrodden, attention and appreciation. And she said once, if you can't feed 100 people, feed one. I mean, do what you can. So anyway, people, including you and me, we all want to feel appreciated. If someone doesn't appreciate you and you feel taken for granted, or like they don't care, how does that change things? Does that have any effect on the connection, on the trust, on the likability? Yeah. If someone doesn't feel appreciated, a lot of people, they leave their job not because they didn't get enough money, because they didn't get enough appreciation. My boss doesn't appreciate me, so I'm going somewhere else where I can be appreciated. I mean, even Jesus did that. He's going around town healing everybody, and some places, they didn't have any faith. They didn't appreciate who he was, so He didn't heal anybody. He just left because he wasn't appreciated. And so everyone wants and desires and needs appreciation. We need to be affirmed by others that we are of value, that we are maybe a hidden treasure or buried treasure that most people don't see. But you can have eyes to see that in them, appreciate what's obvious. And here's the second part. Not only do you have to feel appreciation, because people feel your energy before they really take your words seriously. The energy trumps the words by 1,000 times. You got to feel it. And then secondly, you've got to express it. If you really want to have impact and influence people, you have to authentically feel appreciation, but you got to express it. We've all heard stories about, adults saying, my dad never said he loved me. Now, I think he did, but you don't feel love because he didn't express it. So if you appreciate somebody, that's a good start. That's where you got to start. But if you don't express it to them, they may not feel it that much. They might not really believe you appreciate them, so you've got to say it. Like John Maxwell said, and I learned this, 20 years ago in one of his tapes. He said there's 3 stages of building anything. They all start with S. First you got to see it, then you got to say it, and then you got to seize it. So same thing with people. First you got to see their value, see the potential, but it's not enough to see it. You got to say it. And then you have to seize the opportunity to do something. So if you're going to build a house, those are the 3 stages. First, you have to see in your mind what it's going to be like. Then you got to say it, particularly on paper in this case. You got to have a blueprint and plan. That's like saying it on paper. And then you got to seize it in terms of doing something. So same thing with people. Same thing with your distributors. They need attention, and they need to feel appreciated, because most people, they feel like they're not good enough. They can't do this. They don't believe in themselves. They barely believed in themselves enough to even sign up. And maybe that was because they just felt the pressure, or they sort of got excited for a while, but then they never do hardly anything because they don't believe in themselves. So how do you help someone to believe in themselves? Well, one way is you just tell them you believe in them. Say, hey, John, I believe in you. Mary, I believe in you. I see stuff in you that you don't see. So that is, we're sort of getting into the third A already, actually, but that's giving positive attention, and that is appreciating them. And so even if a person is weak on their skill level, you say, well, John, what I appreciate about you is that you're still committed. What I appreciate about you is you use the products and you talk to people about them. Now, John may not be very good at signing people up, but he's doing something right. And so you got to appreciate what they do have, what they are doing. People need appreciation. I mean, how would your life change? How would you feel, more alive and more valuable if more people started telling you how much they appreciate you? It would make a difference for you, right? Well, it makes a difference for everybody. How would your spouse feel if they were hearing a lot more about, honey, I really appreciate, how you just take care of everything. I mean, you do the dishes, you do the laundry, you keep the house clean, take care of the kids, and you do this and that and everything else. Does that make a difference when you express the appreciation? Well, of course, you're not going to express appreciation if you don't feel it. But so that's the first mistake. So you got to feel it, and then you got to say it. You got to see it, say it, and then seize it. Seizing is the action part. That leaves us with the third A in my formula, my A.A.A formula to create a better life for yourself and others. What do you think the third A is after attention and appreciation? I think these overlap a bit, but this is a little more specific. The third A in my formula is people not only need attention and appreciation, they need to be affirmed. In some cases, even admired. And that goes beyond appreciation. People need to specifically be affirmed. like when I gave the example saying to John or whoever, I believe in you. Well, that's seeing future appreciation, but that's also actually affirming them. So when we choose consciously to affirm somebody, that's acknowledging their greatness or their potential greatness. I'm walking around in my backyard and someone's doing a blower over there. I hope that's not too loud. Okay, I'm back in the house here. Hope that wasn't much of a distraction. Okay, so people need to be affirmed. Guess what? You need to be affirmed. Now, if I was talking to you, we're sitting down at coffee and we're talking and we're connecting, and I wanted to have more influence with you. Maybe you're a prospect, or maybe you're my best friend, or maybe I just met you and I just want to know who you are. How can I best make it a stronger connection where I can have more influence in your life? Well, giving you attention, well, I'm doing that because I'm sitting with you already. I need to look for how I can show appreciation. I say, man, one of the things I still like about you, I like your smile. You really take care of you. You're really good at communicating through compliment. Appreciate it. It can't be fake because they can feel the energy if it's fake. You got to look for something that's real and express it and affirm them. Say, Mary, I see a real possibility for you. You have what it takes to really go up the next level in your impact and helping people and making a difference. How about affirming your husband or your wife or your children? Like telling your children, Johnny, you can do anything. If you set your mind to do it, you can do anything because you came from me and your mom. You have what it takes. In the spiritual domain, you would remind people of who they are by saying, you're a son of God. You're made in God's image. You're a son of God. That's affirmation. You're affirming who they are, their value, that they are a treasure that they may not see themselves. Now, here's a good analogy. If I handed you a big chunk of dirt, like the size of a baseball, sort of like dried mud, say, hey, I have a gift for you. I gave that to you. Is this a joke? Is this a gift? Oh, yeah, it really is. You might be offended, and you might just take it and throw it over the fence. Yeah, right, some gift, Any other gifts? You just threw that away. You know what was inside of that? Oh, it was just a dirt clod, right? No. It was a diamond. It was a $10 million diamond. Yeah, it was covered by mud, but you didn't bother to clean it up and wash it off, and that was worth $10 million. So a lot of people are like that. There's this precious jewel, a diamond or a ruby or emerald, but it's not so obvious to even themselves. They look in the mirror, they see they're a dirty person. They've made a lot of mistakes. Maybe they've, whatever. They don't feel good about themselves. Other people don't see the value in them. And it's like a precious jewel that's covered with dirt, and all you see is the dirt. Like Jesus once said, do not judge according to appearance, but judge or evaluate, discern with righteous judgment. So you've got to see beyond the surface. And we tend to judge ourselves and other people by the superficial things rather than looking for and helping them to clean off the dirt or discover the diamond inside of who they really are. And so everyone needs that. No matter how far advanced you are in your maturity, we all need the 3 A's. It will enrich your life in every arena when you remember that the secret formula, I'll call it, the secret formula or strategy or the password to open up a better life. I like that acronym, A.B.L, a better life, and to feel happier and more secure, more significant, is harnessing the power of these 3 dynamics of attention, appreciation, and affirmation. And by the way, you can take this personal and apply it to yourself. You need to pay attention to your own physical health, your mental health, your emotional health. If you're like stressed out of your brain all the time and just stressed out and you're worried or you're upset, I mean, you're destroying your health. You got to pay attention to being grateful and thinking about positive things because you're killing yourself slowly. Stress overload. So you got to pay attention to your mental and emotional health, obviously your physical health, what you eat. Are you sitting too long? You shouldn't sit more than 30 minutes, and maybe it starts altering the hormonal balance and creates inflammation. You need to walk more. You need to eat better, eat probably less often, not as much. You got to start cutting out the sugar and things that are not healthy. So you got to pay attention. You got to appreciate what you have. Let's say you got pain somewhere, or you're already diabetic, but at least you can still walk. Hopefully, maybe you're not in a wheelchair yet, and you appreciate the fact that your body has the ability to heal itself. Appreciate what you have done. Maybe you're on the top of the mountain, or maybe you're down in the valley or in the dungeon. Well, you appreciate the fact that you've had success before. You have accomplished things. Appreciate the fact that you can get back to where you used to be or get to where you want to go, and affirm that. Sometimes we call it affirmations, right? Or declarations. I like the one I got from T. Harv Eker. I use it every day myself. It goes, it's a clever rhyme. He says, over, under, around, or through, whatever it takes, I will do. So that's an affirmation. So we need that. Your friends need that. Your associates need that. God needs that. God needs to be affirmed that He is God. And if we miss that, we could end up paying a price for that. Everybody needs those 3 A's: attention, appreciation, affirmation. So my strong suggestion is do an experiment. I'm not asking you to commit to do this the rest of your life. Let's do an experiment. Let's practice the 3 A's for the next 30 days. Maybe next week. Let's do it just for 1 week. So make a focused effort to do what you can to dramatically, if you can, increase your living from that perspective of giving attention, giving and expressing appreciation and affirmation. Do it for a week consistently, and then do it another week. Do it for at least a month. And you might feel so much better about yourself, and your prospecting could go better. Your distributors will probably respect you more, and you'll have more influence, and you'll have the A.B.L, a better life, and helping other people have a better life just by using the secret password or formula or strategy for life. And give it a try. I think you'll see that this is what makes things work better. Okay, and so if you would like to talk to me about this further or explore the possibility of working with me and letting me coach you and mentor you for free, give me a call. I don't sell any coaching packages. I'm here to help people. Give me a call, and I can see how maybe I could help you go to the next level. If you need to make more money, you need to be more effective in connecting with people and influencing people, I probably can help you. I built a downline of over 850,000 people. I made $10 million in this industry. So I have something to bring to the table that I think could give you A.B.L, a better life. And I'll give you some positive attention and appreciation and affirmation. So the way you get a hold of me, the easiest way is call or text me at this phone number. This is my personal cell number. It's 714-488-9074. So again, 714-488-9074. I'm in Vancouver, Washington. You can call or text 24 hours a day because if I'm asleep, I turn off the phone so it won't bother me. So you can get a hold of, leave a message. But I'd love to talk to you and see if I can make a meaningful difference in your life. And that's what MLM really should stand for, making life meaningful. It doesn't have to be only making lots of money. That's the other acronym. But that can be true too, and that's what's happened for me. It's happening for me right now. And I can help you do that kind of MLM, making lots of money. But more importantly, who cares about the money if you're miserable or depressed or have anxiety or you want to have a meaningful life? So I say these 3 A's, if you harness their power and utilize them, you can have the ultimate MLM experience, which is making life meaningful for yourself, your family, and maybe thousands and maybe millions of people. How would that make you feel? Thank you for listening. I guess I'm done. I'm signing off. Thanks, Peter.
You're welcome. And now our Building Fortunes Radio listening audience knows why I have Ray Gebauer here. So if you want to hear him again or hear this again, this was a good one to listen to again. If you go to buildingfortunesradio.com/Ray Gebauer, you'll be able to hear this. You'll be able to share it with some friends. I'm going to throw out this little statement for those people that might be listening and might be looking as well. How many people do you ever get a chance to work with that even think this way? So that's refreshing. And then, Ray, I was playfully grabbing my calculator, which is my phone with a calculator application on it, and if you earned $1,000 a week, it would take you 208 years to make $10 million. Now, my math may be wrong, but for those people that would like to learn how someone could possibly even do something like that in a human's lifetime, then you want to work with Ray Gebauer. So anyway, so thanks for being here. Thanks, Ray, for all you do. Very inspiring. Thank you very much, and take action. We'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
You've been listening to Building Fortunes Radio on buildingfortunesradio.com. Thanks for listening. Be sure to check us out every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time for the designated Building Fortunes Radio segment with Peter Mingles. Be sure to check out the buildingfortunesradio.com website for our featured segments. It's been our privilege to have you listen in. At Building Fortunes Radio, we wish you the success you deserve and are willing to work for. So spread the word, tell a friend, join our newsletter, and go make a difference in your world.